Israel has the right to defend its borders. Any sovereign nation does, and they can use whatever force they deem necessary. But what I don't understand here in the conversation is no one's talking about how the Palestinian Authority subsidizes and encourages this behavior.
Does Israel have a right to defend ourselves? How quickly are we to forget what happened on October 7? October 7 was the happiest day of the Jewish calendar, known as Simchat Torah. It's the culmination of 21 days of high holidays. We woke up that morning with the intent of celebrating with dance and joy. And yet we were attacked so brutally, so barbaric, such savages that we have never seen it since the Holocaust. We never thought that in the 21st century, right now, in this day and age, that there are humans that are capable of such barbaric torture, murder, maiming, destroying, killing, murdering, raping young men, women, children, adults. Who could have ever imagined that? Are we not in the right to defend ourselves? Have we forgotten that this is a war? Have we forgotten who we're dealing with? And realizing and recognizing that the world is always so quick to point their fingers, call the blame game, blaming Israel, really for overreacting? Or is Israel doing what you would do if this would have happened in your neighborhood? If this would have happened at your border? Just think about it. I live in North San Diego. San Diego is a border with Mexico, Tijuana. What would the United States of America have done if there would have been an invasion of 3,000 terrorists coming from Mexico, going into San Ysidro all the way to San Diego and murdered, which was equivalent to like 40,000 Americans, the 1,200 Israel in proportion? What would America do? Wouldn't have America responded? And responded not just proportionately? You and I know the truth. Here is an amazing interview with Charlie Kirk, another righteous Gentile who is blessed to be able to see things clearly and not be ashamed to talk about it, and to be able to talk so proudly. And it's so important for us to be honest about the truth, not the distorted fake news that we have been fed by the liberals and the left, but honest to good truth. Listen to this interview and draw your own conclusions.
All over the world, basically. Let's get down to the essence of it. Was this an overusage of live ammunition?
If you don't want to get burnt, don't touch the stove. I mean, what, you're charging the border? You know what's going to happen. Israel has the right to defend its borders. Any sovereign nation does, and they can use whatever force they deem necessary. But what I don't understand here in the conversation is no one's talking about how the Palestinian Authority subsidizes and encourages this behavior. I mean, every single one of these victims, their families are going to receive checks now. And that's subsidized through hundreds of millions of dollars of foreign aid.
They do it in advance.
Exactly, they don't in advance. They're incentivizing bad behavior. So if you want to stop getting bad behavior, stop funding that behavior. And look, the IDF is doing their job, and every single person, every single one of those terrorists that charged the fence, they knew exactly what's going to happen to them, and it's immoral and evil to use human and women as shields. The subtext of what the international media is trying to paint is that this is somehow America's fault for recognizing the rightful capital of Israel. And the subtext, this coincides directly with the moving of the U.S. Embassy, and this is just a continuation of a narrative against our duly elected president and his administration and what he's trying to do both domestically and internationally. And I'm challenged to understand why the conversation always goes against the West, against America, against Israel, where again, there's hundreds of millions of dollars that are incentivizing this sort of behavior, and no one wants to talk about that. No one's talking about how the Palestinian Authority continues to incentivize this sort of behavior. And finally, they call these protesters, they're attackers.
The Palestinians are the only national group that is deprived, perhaps with the Kurds, deprived from its national identity, and they strive for it. And we, as Jews, as Zionists, should understand that the solution for Israel is there.
Palestine is derived from a Roman name. What sort of national identity are you talking about? Most of them are Western Jordanian refugees. What national identity is Palestine?
What is national identity? Is when a group of people, an
shared
ethical group of
collection
people,
beliefs,
they,
language,
yeah,
culture,
that's
and
national
background.
identity.
What is the
What is an
Palestinian
American
background?
national identity exactly?
A
What is it?
a shared
What is an
belief
American
in
national
natural
identity?
rights,
Okay, guys.
Sir, what is an American national identity?
That's
What makes you
America so
American?
unique.
Wait,
is because
but-
it's
we're
not
the
that
We're the
unique.
most
It's not
homogeneous,
that unique.
diverse, accepting country in the
Right,
history of the
so
world.
Okay, so are they writers or protesters?
Attackers, and they're being
Attackers.
paid to do so. They're being subsidized and encouraged by the Palestinian Authority through foreign
lately
dollars.
by Iran.
Yeah,
And
but U.S. tax dollars,
exposed.
So you
my,
say people
my
like
tax dollars
61
from the United
people
States.
willingly went to kill themselves just because they're going to get their families are going to get
It's
paid.
part of it. Their behavior
So
is
what
incentivized by our
what
dollars. My U.S. tax dollars are going here to incentivize this sort of ridiculous terroristic behavior on your border.
Okay,
The average American doesn't know this because it's not reported in the mainstream media how they are all subsidized for their tyranny, for the terrorists. They are incentivized to be terrorists. And that is exactly what he's saying. If these Palestinians, which, by the way, as he very clearly explained, there is no such thing as Palestinians, it's a myth. They are West Jordanians. This whole idea of them being called Palestinians is just be gullible than to seek the truth and to really have an open conversation of truly jump to conclusions of what is really going on here. And here we have a border with Israel. Israel, for 3,300 and it received the Ten Commandments, was bound, took an oath with God that we will follow the laws of the Torah. And what does the Torah teach us? V'chai bahem, live, live, and live. Support life. This religion is built on being alive, trying to sustain life at any cost, to save lives, to promote lives, and to be able to, you save one person is saving a world. That's what Judaism is based on. So on one side of the border, you have a nation of close to 7+ million people who are committed to life, to living. And on the other side of the border, you have some 2 million people who are committed to death. Their life is about dying. Their life is, I can't wait to be able to die and get there and get rewarded for killing and murdering and bloodshed. It's the reality. That use multiplication of how many Jews and another 2 Jews, what is the total? That is what's being taught to these little children as they grow up. They are taught to hate. They grow up in an environment of hate, of murder, of bloodshed. Once that changes, then there is hope for a change in Gaza. Until then, as long as they are all about death, all about dark elimination, annihilation, genocide, then Israel's not going to have a chance to survive unless it fortifies its borders. And Israel does have the right to protect itself. They are in a war right now. They were attacked. When you are at war, you do whatever it takes to stay alive and to protect your nation. God Almighty has taught us that if someone is coming to attack you, it is your obligation to eliminate them so that your life is preserved. As the past Golden Mayor once said, if our enemies, the Arabs, were to put down their arms today, there would be peace. If Israel were to put down their arms, there would be bloodshed. When the day will happen when they put down their arms, the war in Gaza could end today, now, this moment. Let them send the hostages back home. Put your arms down. The war is over. Instead of, they are using human shields, the women, the children, the schools, the hospitals. They don't care about them. We know that already. It's been established since October 7th. Let the world wake up, stand on the right side of history, support Israel, love Israel, and God will love you too. God bless you. God loves you.